How you doing? This is me, Zepstar. This goes out. I just saw a video by Great Shots, GR8SHOTZ, and it was called "Do You Believe in an Unseen World?" And he asked for our experiences, and why we believe in stuff. And let me tell you, I believe in witches because, hello, though, a true witch will even tell you she's a damn witch. And warlocks, of course, the witches and warlocks that say they're witches and warlocks, all they really do is like chop up chickens and stuff, and drink the blood or whatever. But they're not nearly as good as like Samantha Stevens was on Bewitched. That's for sure. But I got to tell you, I do have experiences because I am a magnet for like ghosts, aliens, and nut jobs. And I'm going to tell you why I know all these things. I don't have to say anything about the nut jobs because that's already been documented. So people know I've had experience with that. But let me start. Should I start with my alien story? Yeah, I may as well, because that's the most furthest one away. So, okay, one night I'm laying in bed, and in my head, I'm dead out of sleep, but in my head, I know there are 4 people in the room standing around my bed. And they're not regular humans. They were pretty much the picture that everybody paints of an alien. They were small and pasty and had big eyes and no mouth and the whole deal. And I'm seeing this and I'm thinking, you must be dreaming. But it all seems so real. But they were like working on me, but not with an anal probe. Thank God, because you all know how I feel about that idea. But they put something in my leg, like some kind of like, almost like if you're trying to plug in the cable on a television set or something. They like plugged it in my leg. And as this was happening, I'm thinking to myself, this has happened before, or has it? I couldn't quite figure it out. But when I woke up in the morning, I didn't say anything to my partner, Timothy, because I thought he'd think I was crazy. It was just like, and I kept thinking to myself that this happened before, and I've always had this little mark on my leg. Since I was like 10 or something, I got this mark, and it never got sore, but it looked like a sore. I wish I could maneuver myself around and show you the mark, but it's so complicated. But okay, so I forgot about it, because like I say, it was like in the middle of sleep and it's a haze and you kind of think you just dreamt it. So at the time I was working in a costume shop with this kind of, bizarro lady, and she tells me, she said, we're having lunch, and she says, they were here again last night. I thought she meant like somebody robbed the store or something. Like, what do you mean they were here again last night? She said, they came to visit me last night. I said, what are you talking about? She said, look at this. And she showed me her leg. She had a mark in exactly the same spot on her right leg that I have a mark. And I said, what are you saying? She said, ever since I was a child, I've been visited by aliens who come down and they put this plug in my leg, and it only takes a few minutes, and they take like samples, or they do, whatever they do, and then they go away. I said, oh my God, you are not going to believe this. And I showed her my mark, and she's like, no, kidding. So a couple of days later, I'm talking to one of my friends, and I start telling him the story, and he said, you have got to be kidding me. He lifts up his pants, and he's got the same mark at the same place that me and the lady do. And I said, well, and he has the same story. He says, ever since they were kids, they've been coming around. Now, this last time this happened to me was maybe 10 years ago. But, like I say, I thought I was dreaming or something. But then when I met 2 other people, that within my circle, the same thing happened to them. It's like, hello, I'm a little convinced something's going on there. So that's my brush with aliens. Now let me tell you about my brush with the spirit world. This was like a couple of months after my partner passed, and I knew, I felt in my heart that he was going to be watching over me and whatever, but I didn't think there was going to be such evidence of it. So it's a warm summer night, and for some reason I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to go out. My deck is on 2 levels. There's a balcony right outside my bedroom, and then it goes down the steps to a main deck. And the main deck has lights around the fence that are on timers. And, the timers go off at like 11 o'clock. It's like lit from, 8 to 11 or 12, whatever I had them set for. But it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I step out on the deck to have a cigarette, and the lights go on the deck. I thought, gee, my timer must be screwed up. But somewhere in my head I'm thinking, boo. So the lights were on. I did my cigarette. I put my cigarette out in the ashtray. I I went to open my bedroom door, and the lights went out. Now, I'm sorry, ladies and germs. Something's going on here. And the next morning, I went down to check if the timer had screwed up something, or the timer was set exactly the way I had it, 8 to 12. So you tell me what was going on there. Anyway, so those are my two experiences with that kind of stuff, and that's why I believe what I believe. Thank you!